So today we are going to talk about gaslighting. And for many of you who are coming out of relationships with narcissistic or toxic exes, you know what this is. Or for many of you, you may not know what this is, but you might feel coming out of this marriage like you are crazy, that you are not good enough, that you can't do anything right. And there's a good chance, if any of that stuff rings true for you, that you have been gaslit. So first, I want to tell you what gaslighting is, okay? It's a really effective defense mechanism. And with people who are highly narcissistic, they're protecting this ball of shame, right? And the way they protect it, like if you touch it, if they start to feel that shame, right? Like you come to them, you confront them about a lie, or you tell them about something that they've done that's upset you, they go on the attack and I'm not lying, you're the one who's lying, right? That's classic gaslighting. And this is why it works, is that you're now thinking about how can you defend yourself and let him know that you're not lying, right? You've lost sight of the fact that the conversation was about the lie that your partner told you, right? So this is how gaslighting works. So every time your ex said, "You're crazy for thinking that. How could you think that?" Right? And then you go away thinking, "Oh my God, am I crazy? Am I crazy?" Gaslighting, very effective gaslighting. So it gets them off the hook, and it also puts on you exactly how they feel deep inside of this shame and this discomfort that they don't want to sit with. So they throw it back at you, and it is unnerving. I will tell you that I came out of my marriage feeling crazy, right? Like just crazy. And there were many times in my marriage that I felt crazy. And I didn't understand that I was being gaslit. I thought that I wasn't trusting enough, that I was looking for things to be there that weren't. And I was wrong, right? Like everything that I felt deep inside, that intuition that I felt was right. There was a lot amiss in my marriage. There were a lot of lies, and it was ugly. And my ex was very good at gaslighting and covering it up, and I felt crazy, right? So I share this with you to normalize your own experience. If you are feeling crazy coming out of this marriage, there's a good chance that you've been gaslit. And if you go back through and you look at those moments where you confronted your partner about something that you weren't happy with, or something that you suspected, or a lie, or a deception, if they threw it back on you, that was classic gaslighting. And having that awareness is really useful, because as you go through the divorce process, your ex is not going to suddenly clean up their act. In fact, a lot of times over the course of the divorce process, narcissistic people or people with personality disorders, or people who are just toxic and engage in toxic behaviors, they up their game. They show up and they become more toxic, more difficult, more nasty. There will be more gaslighting, but you're in a different place. You're not trying to connect. You're not trying to make the relationship work, which means you can set dead, hard boundaries. No gaslighting. No more gaslighting. Promise me right here, right now, that you will not tolerate any more gaslighting anymore. You owe that to yourself, and you can deliver that to yourself, right? So I've created a whole program to help people who are on this journey through divorce and want some help. If this was useful for you, please check it out. You can hop on over to healthroughdivorce.com and find more about that program there. Thanks for joining me.